Hi everyone and welcome to Fit Tip Friday. So today we're going to be focusing on posture, and obviously we're going to be working on 4 steps to unlock your hips, your lower back and activate your glutes, which is going to help with actually sorting your posture out and your postural alignment. So the first exercise we've got is quadruped thoracic rotations. So essentially, I'll go side on to start with. You're going to get yourselves onto all fours. Then what you're going to do is you're actually going to take yourself back. You're going to pop one hand onto the back of your head, and then what you're going to do is you're going to rotate round towards your opposite hand, and then with your eyes follow your elbow all the way up. Just pause it there and then control it back down, okay? And with that you're going to do sort of 10 repetitions of that. What we'll do is I'll give you a front view so you can see what it's like from the front as well. So again, set yourself onto all fours, take yourselves back, hand onto the back of your neck, then you're going to rotate yourself down. And then as you come up, follow the tip of your elbow with your eyes, point it up to the ceiling. Hold it, then rotate it back down again. What that's going to do is going to work those muscles in your middle back and your lower back and help get you some mobility and rotation in the thoracic spine, because that gets very, very locked in and very tight from sitting all day. Even, you're not working in the office at the moment, but you're working from home. A lot of people will still be sitting down for quite extended periods of time. And just pause at the top. Do a couple more on this side just for demonstration purposes. What you find is as you go on your repetitions, you'll get a greater range of motion as your muscle warms up. Okay, that's one side done. So again, same on the other side. Set yourself, sit back, hand onto the back of your neck, rotate it down, and then follow the tip of your elbow up to the ceiling. And you may actually find that you've got one side that has more mobility than the other. Generally, that's the rule of thumb. All of us have imbalances. We tend to carry things on predominantly one side. If you're right-handed, it's your right hand side. If you're left-handed, it's your left. And that leads to muscular imbalances, and it leads to certainly the muscles in your mid-back, your rhomboid, your erector spinae muscles in your lower back getting really tight. And you may even have a bit of a pelvic tilt to one side or the other. We've got another exercise that's going to help address the imbalance in that as well in this selection of exercises. So that's quadruped thoracic rotation. It's a really good one to open up that thoracic spine and get some rotation and mobility into it, okay? Next exercise that we've got is kneeling hip flexor. So most people, when they go into hip flexor stretch, they'll literally just take themselves down and they'll just start stretching into it. What you've got to do initially is make sure that you engage your lower abs. Most people have an anterior pelvic tilt and your pelvis is tilting down the way, so you want to actually have a posterior tilt, push it up, okay, get your posture up. Then you can actually start moving forwards with it, and you want to hold that for 30 to 45 seconds. Just really get that posterior tilt and engage those lower abs and hold it. And you should feel that stretch right down the front of your hip flexors, right into your lower abs. And again, you may find if you're a cyclist, I'm a cyclist myself, one side is generally tighter than the other. Generally it's your right hand side, because that's the side that you have your chainring on and you change gears with. Or even if you've played football from a young age, and that goes for girls as well, because women's football is massive at the moment. you need to be doing these stretches to kind of work out any imbalances. Or if you're a parent, as I am, carry my son on the right hand side, this side gets very tight, back, hip flexors all tight. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll swap over to the other side, same again. Nice big step forwards, first of all. Then what you're going to do is posterior tilt, engage those abs, then stretch forward. Keep yourself nice and tall in the stretch. Just hold that for 30 to 45 seconds. These are stretches that ideally, if you're working from home at the moment, every sort of 45-50 minutes, you could be getting up from your seated position and doing these stretches and unlocking your lower back, unlocking your, the rhomboids in your mid back and your hips. Because they do get very locked in when we're in a seated position for a prolonged length of time. Perfect, that's 30 seconds on that. Right, next exercise or stretch we've got is what's known as a pigeon stretch or pigeon pose. So moving up from the floor, what you need for this is you need a couch or you'll need a chair, and effectively what you're going to do is you're going to take your leg across, just get on the edge, and then you're just going to sit down into it. Keep your chest upright. Yep. That's needing to be stretched off. I can feel it already. That's really tight. Obviously I've been doing lots of squat jumps, or you've been doing squat jumps with me this week, or jumping lunges, lots of glute bridges on the tums and bubs on Thursday. So the Wednesday, Thursday workouts were very kind of high impact on the glutes. So they need to be stretched off. So this is a great exercise or stretch for stretching off those glutes and your piriformis muscle. You can bring it to one side, stretch it off, just work it from one side to the other as well, work it around and get a good range of motion on that stretch. And again, for this you want to be stretching it for about 30 to 45 seconds. And then you can swap over sides, same again. Take it onto the edge of the chair, sit down into it, keep your chest upright. And again, you can work it from one side. Yep, those glutes are tight. Work it from one side, bring it across to the other side, keeping that chest and lower back nice and straight. Just lead with your chest. Now, if you have issues stretching that way, an easier way of doing it, which you all love, is probably the only time in any of my workouts you're ever going to be sitting down to work out, unless it's a rehabilitation exercise that I show you. You can actually sit down on the chair and again take your foot across, and then what you can do is actually push down with your hand on your knee and lean into it. Keep your chest upright. Again, you can work it from one side across to the other. It's not a massive stretch laterally. And again, you can swap over legs. Same again, you will find, like I said, there may be one side that is a lot tighter than the other. And if you do this on a sort of like a daily basis, you'll get a lot more flexibility in your hip region, get those hips unlocked. So again, just take it forward slightly, keep your chest upright, work it across, one side, then the other side. Again, 30 to 45 seconds on those stretches to really unlock those hips. The legs, the last sort of exercise I'm going to show you, again we've done them sort of in a repetition format, so hopefully it will be strengthening them up because they don't get activated. We've got to do these exercises in this order because again, there's been studies that prove if we do these exercises in this order, it'll actually lead to you being able to fire your glutes off because you've already stretched off these other supporting muscles, and we can actually activate these glutes when we do this stretch. So it's going to be a glute bridge, but you're going to hold it rather than doing it for reps like we've been doing in our workouts all week. You're going to literally going to push through your heels and just hold it. Just squeeze those glutes and hold it. Again. Bring it down, so hold it for about 5-6 seconds. You're going to do like 10 to 15 reps of these. Take it up and hold it. Bring it down, okay? So again, the glutes tend not to get fired off because we spend so much time sat down. When we do anything like running, it's generally our quads and our calves that take a lot of the strain. And again, just take it up, fire off those glutes, squeeze them at the top. Now, progression from that when you get a lot stronger is, you just literally, and again, it's good for working, if you're a cyclist or even if you're a sprinter or a footballer where you're going to have that imbalance between a right or left hand side, what you can do is actually do single leg glute bridges. So raise one leg, push through, and just hold that. And then relax it down. And again, take it up. Bring it down. And swap over sides. I'll just see if I can feel if there's any kind of difference. Okay, bring it up. Take it down. Just push through those heels, really squeeze and activate the glute muscle. And bring it down. So again, with those exercises, you're going to do 10 to 15 repetitions. As always, I'll have text on the screen explaining the exercise and the reps, up above on Facebook, down below in the description on our YouTube channel. As always, if you have any questions at all for me, there's my email address. Okay, please like and share. A bit more of a chilled out kind of routine today. It's good to fit in mobility. Mobility tends to be the weakest component of anyone's fitness arsenal. Everyone's thinking about getting stronger, getting cardiovascular fitter, you know, maybe even hypertrophy, building their muscles up, but people don't generally tend to think about the mobility aspect. And it's a very key aspect of your fitness component wheel to make sure that you've got that in your arsenal, because the more mobile you are, the less injuries you're going to have. If we can minimise those imbalances, it's going to stop you from getting injured. If you're not getting injured as frequently, it means you're exercising on a more regular basis and you're happy because you're not injured. So enjoy your bank holiday weekend. Enjoy the sunshine because it's going to be beautiful this weekend. As always, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.